I'm located between almost half. Delta Flossing. Yeah, there's a lot of automobile manufacturing. Well, it should be cheap until you hire the guys that
International Visiting Rotarians.
Oh, okay. International Visiting Rotarians.
Here, where can we put you guys? Grab some chairs and slide you in over
Yeah,
here.
make some space.
So- No, join the table.
Yeah, you can sit right there.
Thank you.
I'll get a chair on the salad. So.
Thank you.
Is he gonna sit there? Or is that to sit together?
No, it's good.
You want to get away from us?
Yeah,
So-
I'm changed.
So, seriously, we had one member that did not come for lunch. Would you like to split with your husband, or you want to eat it all yourself? Oh, your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
We got one lunch.
Right behind you.
Oh, no problem. This will be a good one. This is our installation. So you get to meet the president who's leaving, who's very happy, and he's going to be president.
Yeah, good. How are you? Good, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, same here. I'm Yami. We are from India. We are also Rotarian. So we just thought we could just come and visit your club.
Yeah, very good.
And for visiting here, you get him with our new logo.
And so,
And if you could give us your update.
No,
yeah,
okay. We can go through it when he, yeah.
We have
When
to
he's
pay.
wrong.
Yeah, that's nice.
Years ago, many years ago, we had to share.
We just did our big scholarship. Sandra seniors.
Everybody stand, please.
thank you.
Welcome to the June 27th Rotary meeting. Our Pledge of Allegiance will be by Vice President Minera, One Verse of America, Vice President Charlie Vale, sorry about that. Invocation, you get promotion over there. Invocation, Vice President Don Sherman. Welcome song by Minera.
Ariana.
Ariana, sorry. Vice President Yanara.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. My country 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who bringeth forth bread from the earth. Amen.
Vice President Franklin, the Secretary's report, please.
I'd be happy to do the attendance today. It's nice to see a full room of Rotarians and guests, international as well. Today we have 17 members in attendance. We have 3 visiting Rotarians, and we have one guest who will soon be a member, and we're delighted by that. Past President Murray, would you please do the honors and introduce us again at your table?
Thank you, President. Secretary Frank, getting confused. So we have your friend and my friend, fellow Rotarian, past president of the Rotary Club of Concord, Sharon Spalding. And we have new friend to be Rotarian, Ibn Sudi. Ibn Sudi.
Welcome.
Told me how to spell it.
Welcome.
Now, normally, we have members introduce our guests, but as unfortunately you've joined us just as we were about to start the meeting, the people at your table have not had a chance to get to know you. But we do want to get to know you, so I would like to ask if each of you could stand up and briefly introduce yourself. And then later in the meeting, President Cleve will be inviting you up to present you with our club flag, and also, if you'd like, to say a few words about the Rotary Club. So, please introduce yourself, Anthony. You can just, right there, fine. We'll invite you up later.
Yeah.
Sir, good afternoon. My name is N.P. Raje Hiran. I am from India, South India, Chennai. We are Rotary of the 3232. So, I am a treasurer of the trust. We came here Lexington. My brother-in-law is staying here at number 16 Orange Street. We came for some program. So, we came to know there is a Rotary every Monday meeting here. So, just we came actually. And we came to know that so we are doing various projects. We also understand so what is that the projects going here. And from there India we are doing every year 2 million just spending for the educations and health, training to the teachers and vocational training and the various programs for the poor and help other professionals. So the same way I want to know from here also what kind of programs we have to improve our service also based on our advice. Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Would you kindly introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon. My name is Yamini. I am an aunt. So, actually, in our Rotary, we have a lot of get-togethers and a lot of programs we do. And so we thought we'll just make a visit here to understand what are the projects you're doing and what are the kind of activities you're doing, so that when we go there we can tell them about your projects, and if something comes up we can do it together. So just to understand what the club is doing, we are visiting. Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That concludes the attendance report.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Could we have the welcome song?
Oh.
You have to announce if we're standing or sitting.
Oh,
We standing?
we can.
Who would you like to stand? Okay. Rotarians, please stand.
Rotarian stand.
Guests, have a seat.
Okay. We're singing to you. Okay.
I'm sorry in advance.
No problem. I can go.
Yes, I'm sorry. Are we ready?
Yes.
We
Welcome you to Lexington to meet with us today. Our door is always open to our friends in Rotary. We're glad to have you with us, and we hope you'll come again to Rotary Lexington. We all say welcome visiting Rotarians. Welcome all you non-Rotarians. Welcome to our club in Lexington. We hope you'll come again.
We have our visiting Rotarians. Put the band up, please.
Can you? There you go. Work your way around. All right, hang on. We've got that. Okay.
Too quiet in here. I was awake.
Can you come to
Oh, here, Sharon.
Oh,
I open.
Doesn't recognize my face.
You broke.
Who said you said?
I heard you.
He's senior member, he can say that.
thank you.
Our club name is Rotary Club Madras East in Chennai, South India. 3232, our office. Our president, Mr. Srinivasa Rao, 2122. My secretary, Nakesh Taberao. I am a trustee of the trust. My name is M.K. Rajan. I want to tell about our projects. Every year we are spending minimum $2 million. Every year. So particularly we are helping the health projects. For the health also because primarily cancer related activities and a problem for which we are tied up with the Aravindo Hospital, very famous in India, at Madurai. That is somebody heard about it. So it is very famous for curing the problems. We are tied up with this. The last year, we have given treatment for 2,000 patients for the free treatments with all cataracts, everything went up. And secondly, the Apollo Hospital, for the first year this year, we are tied up. So this actually tiny kind projects, what related for children's, actually below 1 year children is suffering for what? For which each children we are spending about $500 each patient, for which we are conducting the curiosity and training for that. So the last year we are treatment we are done for 2,500 children. In addition to that, there is a poor we identified. It's a poor area, and is a government also running there. There is a government running schools. They are not providing the full facilities. Those schools we are identifying and we bring all facilities like a toilet, tables, chairs, and all facilities when you require, for which we are spending. For which we are spending around so 4.5 million for each year. For that we are developing on this. Last year we did for 500 schools. Last year almost. Secondly, the next stage, educational projects. Because poor children they are not getting the job. For which they give training to the poor children for plumbing, tailoring, and other related vocational activities, not for regular things. So we are conducting training for 6 months or 1 year course, for which we are giving stipend for who are coming and poor children, and plus fare and food they are supplying. And we pay the facility of this tea also. Those children they benefited once training is over. We try to the placement with the companies, basically related companies. So once you get everything, they are also benefited on that. So those kind of projects, every year we are not doing the same projects. We will study every year which projects efficient, essential for the children and health project. Those projects are identified and giving everything. So this every year we changing with the team. It's not the same team continuing for every year. Our members, total members, 173 members. We used to meet every Wednesday. Every week we used to meet every Wednesday at Crown Plaza as an Adayar Park. That's the first 5-star hotel. We meet and discuss everything. And based on that, we develop our projects. There is a avenue directors, totally 20 directors there. This kind of youth, technical, health, training, total projects like that. Ladies director. The director is kind of a scheme. Each director having 7 to 10 members. the team. They'll reach the project, they can go to study and put to the board. Because the board is convened with sanction, based on the sanction, we execute the projects. This is where we are doing the last 30 years. That is actually our Rotary started in 1886. Almost 30 years we are doing various projects for the benefit of the society. So this is the basic rationale of our plans. Thank you for our
Fines and happy dollars. I will start it off. I want to thank everybody who supported me, all of you, during my year. I think back to the meeting at Minuteman Tech, where I took a walk in the parking lot, saved to my car, and Past President Laurie grabbed me and told me about, asked me about taking the presidency, coming into the cycle for that. And after the conversation, I said, what am I getting myself into? I thank you for that. Past President Spencer, it's an honor to take the torch from you, the gavel from you. Thank you for all you've done. All the past presidents here in the room, thank you so much for what you've done for Rotary. It's not until you sit up here that you realize so much goes on behind the scenes with Rotary. The moving parts that everybody does, all the committees and everybody helping out, doing things. So I want to thank all the board members. I had a chance at our board meeting to thank our board members, but I want to thank you all again for that. It's kind of a special group that sits up here at the table with me, a Sergeant-at-Arms, Alan. The funny thing, he had the task of securing make sure our bell wasn't stolen, because many of you heard, Past President Jim Shaw stole our bell, stole the Lions Club bell at an event, and he was held ransom, I believe, ransom for quite a while. Past President Dan had to fork up some money to
bail him out again.
To bail him out. So we didn't want that happening, where our bell disappearing, and it was in great hands with our Sergeant-at-Arms. Quite often I'm sitting up here at the table, I have questions or whatever, different things, and Past President Frank, our secretary, is sitting right next to me, might hear us whispering back and forth, and he has the answers, the impromptu answers, things that I need. Thank you for everything you do, committees that you do, seeing for seniors, everything that goes with that. A lot of people ask me, how is Rotary, how is it being president? And I said, well, I have a person there I call Mr. Rotary. Dan Boozer. You wouldn't believe the conversations that we have, emails back and forth. I learned to be an early morning person, because I know Dan gets up early and starts things going.
And I demand answers.
Thank you for all. Thank you for all of that. Like I said, answer my questions. A lot of things I would send him an email or a quick conversation. He'd say it's already done, or it's going to be done. So it's quite a relief not having to worry about those things. All the things you've done way before my presidency, but things you've done for Rotary. And we talked briefly, thinking back, way back. I'll say the year now, 1976. The annual sports awards at Lexington High School. Dan presented me back then it was trophies up at the stage of Lexington High School. So
you know what? As I'm thinking of this right now, my father gave you that trophy.
Was your father? Oh, that's even better.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kept agreeing with you because I didn't think I was that old. So the good news is, we've all voted to have you take on another year.
That was the first second of that motion was by President-elect Veronica. Denied. But once again, thank you all very much for that. There's one promise that I want to keep at Jack Maloney's Memorial Coalition after at the dinner. Past President Nick mentioned that we want to give a living memorial for Jack. And it's something that Dan and I have talked about, something that we're going to do. And I just want to tell you, Nick, we're going to fulfill that promise to you with that. Fines and happy laws. Next.
I have $20 happy dollars for our President Cleve. believe you've done an outstanding job this year. You took the torch from Spencer and took us out of the COVID era and brought us back to live meetings, which was wonderful. I did an outstanding job helping Murray bring in some outstanding speakers this year, and just did a wonderful job leading the club. Thank you.
Thank you. And I did learn a lot from Murray as far as keeping the speech short, which I hope I did here. I'm proud of it.
President Cleve,
Yes, sir.
I agree with everything that Frank said. We just thought you did a wonderful job. No one said you could do it, but you did it. And don't disappear on us.
Definitely be here to support Veronica and her team and her board. Sergeant at Arms.
I too have $20, you know, we've all watched Cleve grow in his position, and really became presidential after a while. Nicely done. And, congratulations, thank you.
Thank you.
$10 for my buddy and President Cleve, that he's the type of person that he's always there for you no matter what. So I have some big shoes to fill.
You'll be fine. Vice President Dominic.
I have happy dollars as well, 10 for you, happy dollars. When I moved into Lexington, my neighbor across the street, so I've known him a long time. Then he moved on me. And then yesterday we had Olivia's baptism, so 10 for that and 20 for Olivia. And I'm on the front of the camera, my camera.
I'm having trouble with the math. Is that 40?
That's 30. 10 and 20?
Good for you.
Don't forget the bid.
Vice President Dick.
I have 20 happy dollars. I can't say enough about you as our past president, and Veronica, our incoming president, something more to look forward to, as this club has always survived and been the best. So thank both of you, and good luck in the coming year. Sir.
Thank you. Past President Spencer.
I'll put in some happy dollars as well. I remember when we did this, our first live meeting was your induction ceremony a year ago, and you looked like a deer in headlights. But you came through, you did an awesome job this year. And then I have some happy dollars. My son played 5 games of lacrosse this weekend, won 2 of them, and I was exhausted just watching him on the sidelines.
I see.
Oh, sure.
A senior, past president. Did you have your hand up? Did you have your hand up?
Yes,
Okay. What was
20 happy dollars for being the lucky guy that won the raffle.
Thank you, sir.
Really now, the odds were about 1,000 to 1.
Murray, have the floor. John.
I was waiting for past President Bob to finish. Kidding. 10 happy dollars. I just want to say that working with President Cleve on the Speakers Committee was just a pleasure. And a lot of the choices were his. And he helped me to get people, it's not an easy job, to get a lot of people up there. And it was just an absolute pleasure. You backed me up all the way through. So thank you so much, Cleve. It was a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's not an easy task. President Sharon.
So $20 for Cleve, amazing job, and also for your performance.
Thank you. Thank you. President Don Sherman.
I'm very pleased to give 20 happy dollars. I know when you became president, I predicted, because you have a license to carry, that you will not have any disciplinary problems. And the $20 is because you never had to draw your weapon.
That's because I have a 9th degree, a 10th degree black belt sitting next to me.
Cleve, I'm very sad that my first meeting back here in the summer, you're leaving, but I have happy dollars for being here with a group of Rotarians who have lunch, and I don't have recess duty after.
That's good.
And I also like to make a comment about honesty. Honesty is one of the things we try to help third graders understand. But about 9 months ago, I left this here. And my wife hasn't mentioned
mentioned it since, I haven't either, but when I arrived back today, I got my bowl back. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And thank you, it's great to be back.
Anybody else?
President Cleveland and incoming President Veronica, congratulations, and thank you for a wonderful year, and we look forward to another wonderful year next year.
Thank you so much for all you do. Like I said, probably a couple months ago, I had a chance to tell you, I think one of our meetings, that when I first met you, I think I was with the Chamber of Commerce, and you meet some people, like our fire chief, our police chief, you look at them and say, they got their act together, and you're one of those people. And you was 8 years ago. Else? Okay, let's move on to the business part of the meeting. I had the honor of attending the Lexington High School Sports Awards. It was held at the Quadrangle, Lexington High School. A couple questions we had, because we hadn't heard from Lexington High School, their administration, was whether we were still a part of the awards ceremony. It's many years ago, I was awarded that award by Best President Dan's father, senior. And the question was answered. They have a plaque that all the student athletes were awarded. It does say Rotary on that. Our symbol is also attached on there also. Had a good conversation with the athletic director, Naomi Martin, and she wants to continue with us. The reason why we didn't hear from them was they felt uncomfortable as far as asking for money, because as we know, we normally pay for the plaques with that. So they felt uncomfortable with the COVID year asking for money with that. That was the reason why. So we're going to continue with them. We'll continue the conversation. Incoming President Veronica and I have had a conversation about that. One of the things that high school wants to do is talk about as far as the Thanksgiving Day also too, including us with that. And the past President's had a good conversation about doing something with the trophy. So we'll continue that conversation with that. We didn't get far into that. Naomi did mention Thanksgiving. We didn't talk about the trophy, but I did get the answer that I was looking for. I'm happy that we are included in that, and we will be included with that part of it. I was just actually handed a note here. The Dolan's card is from Marcy Lucas. She sent a donation, $100 donation in memory of our Jack Maloney. I'm going to pass that on to us. Anything further, Rotarians? The business part is going to be very small. Yeah. Okay. We have the weekly raffle. And
Okay.
the donations were from the Rotary Club, Lexington Rotary Club, Alex Oil, Eagle Bank, Pickling Financial, and Bob Huntington.
Pink tickets. Last three numbers, 197.
Ooh. I've always wanted a flag.
That was donated by Bob Cunningham. Happy to see it. White flag. Had it for a while. Next ticket, 187. Congratulations.
Say hi, sir.
Next ticket, 186. 186.
Where's Bob? Where's Bob Sacco?
What would you like, Bob?
Coffee, umbrella. Spence.
Oh, we're gonna need an umbrella.
Yeah, there you go, perfect.
That's a beauty. From when you call.
We wait for that. We'll get that about
206. I meant 189. 189. Congratulations, come on up.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, of course.
Have your choice. That is great. And this is with that. Mommy, this goes with the cut. Oh, okay. 204. Let's be quick. 185.
All right, that's so nice. Thanks.
Last good. 194. Anyone? Anyone?
Do it again.
Get it for your husband.
Eagleman. All right, that concludes today's raffle.
Okay, at this point, I would like to induct our new member to Lexington Rotary Club.
All right. Damn
Very nice
pictures.
thoughts as far as back in the day back when I was first heard about Rotary and.
Good. Dominic, turn just a little this way, won't you? Thank you.
And I was invited to start the process. Sharon Spalding, the Concord Rotary, was the person that did that for me. Our treasurer, past president Dan Boozer, was actually my sponsor at the time. So it's my great honor. Say your name, please.
Ibn Insan Siddiqui.
You've been chosen for membership in the Rotary Club of Lexington because you are starting. Because you're standing in your vocation and in the community and your personal qualities, which we believe will make you a good Rotarian. By joining the Rotary Club of Lexington, you're part of a worldwide organization of United Fellowship and Service. Your sponsor, past President Dominic, will present you your pin. That's really Dominic, I think for what you do as far as the new Rotarians, and we've done over the years as far as organizing that to make it so much smooth and very easy for the president's office that you do for us with that. Rotarians, would you all rise? Present to you our newest member of our club.
All right.
Well, it's about that time.
We've been waiting.
Yes. My friend, my buddy, good friend, we speak often as far as Rotary and we're in the Chamber of Commerce together. Kind of gave a rundown last week about what was happening today, and even this morning we had a brief conversation about the agenda. One thing I didn't tell her about was a little surprise that I didn't tell her was that when you come forward, please. It's my distinct honor with all you do for the community, Lexington, all the committees that you were on. It's quite often Patriots Day. I was looking for her up at the Battle Green. She's known tied with the Historical Society. Every committee you're in town, she's always involved with a community service. This year hasn't been an easy one for Veronica, but she stayed strong with us. And so I'm going to present to you your first, Paul Harris.
No. Okay. Hold on. Can I ask you to please come back up and look like you're look surprised and.
Yeah, go ahead, back up.
Yeah, come on back up. Yeah, please.
Dominic, go ahead, back up.
They need to take a picture.
Dominic, go ahead.
Look surprised, all right.
Yeah, what's surprised?
All right, one will be not surprised.
I know Veronica has had many questions about Rotary over the time. One thing I noticed about Veronica, when it's time for attention to business, the last meeting, I actually even had a conversation about the banking industry. If Veronica turned on her banking hat, I can say, wow. She was in her zone as far as the questions that she was asking. Sure, she'll be a very good president for us without no problem. But obviously, we'll be here for anything you need. Just like I said, my board, you can sit up there, will be very helpful to me. So at this point, we'll do the swearing in. President-elect, say your name, please. You have been chosen by your fellow Rotarians to be president of the Rotary Club of Lexington for the coming year. As president, you will be assuming new duties, new obligations, and responsibilities that will make demands on your thoughts and time and energy. We are confident that you will carry out your tasks with the same enthusiasm, characteristics of all Rotary actions that you are accustomed to in cooperation with our fellow members. I induct you as president of the Rotary Club of Lexington for the year 2022-2023. Veronica Kyra, present you with your Rotary badge. Past President wanted to make this short and sweet. He's telling all of our speeches, so we'll continue on with that. On behalf of the members of our club, all the visitors, guests who assembled here today, I congratulate you and wish you a successful and rewarding year. Fellow Rotarians, I present you our new president, Veronica Kyra.
Yeah, pass her the gavel. That's the deal.
Oh, no.
This is really official. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to read because in situations like this, I tend to forget what I want to say and I don't want to forget it. So first of all, thank all of you for being here. I never thought I was going to take this position, but I had the same experience that we did. Dan came to me shortly after joining the club and proposed that I thought about this opportunity. And then he ignored me and never got close to me again, just in case, I would have changed my mind.
And that's not bad.
Yeah, so that worked out really well. I just hope that I'll be as good as a president as everybody else in this room. It seems like everybody has past president. So I do hope I have big shoes to fill, as I said before, and bear with me as I learn this new job. It's obviously an honor for me to be doing this, and an honor that Dan actually saw that part of me in this, so thank you so much. I am lucky to be part of a club that has a strong history of a very strong leadership and a dedicated board and team members that are committed to the ideal of Rotary above self. I want to take the opportunity to congratulate past president, immediate past president, my friend Phil Cody, and the board that served for this past year, as they have been very successful and have done a wonderful job. I would like to also introduce and congratulate my incoming board. I think they were voluntold for the position. So Megan, she's the president-elect. She wasn't able to be here, even though she was planning on being here. First president, Yanira. Secretary, Frank. Treasurer Dan, Sergeant at Arms Alan, and members at large, I have Jim Freeling, I have Spencer, I have Lori, and Nicholas. So thank you all. I hope you know that I do represent the club as it deserves to be represented, and I give it my very best. Thank you. Okay, so now the 50-50 raffle.
Ah,
girl.
One second, one second. I would like to make one more presentation. Can I ask Sharon? Please come up, Vice President Sharon. So I have, please,
Dan?
can you come over here? Let's go over
Why
here.
don't you guys go over there? Yeah, thank you.
So, first of all, I have a gift from the board that I thought would be very appropriate, and this is something that you can do, study, and maybe pass along to your board members. It's the Robert's Rules for Dummies. Because we had a little bit of a trouble with all in favor, aye, all opposed, no. The ayes have it, the noes have it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's for you, for your edification.
Hang on. Let me get a camera.
Mine's ready to go.
This will only take a few more minutes.
From 0.
Jeez. Oh, wait a minute, it's videoing. Okay. Cheese again. Perfect. Thank you.
Very fortunate that the
Go ahead.
at the board meetings, do you have something for me?
No, I do, but go ahead.
At the board meetings, I actually spoke with past President Dan Olson this morning, who congratulated me. I actually spoke via email, but at the meetings, he would always correct me and counsel me, give me guidance as far as Robert's Rules of Order. So I was very fortunate to have him there to help me with that.
So Sharon and I also, and Sharon wanted to do this. We thought it would also be appropriate because you've done a wonderful job.
Louder.
You've done a wonderful job this year. So we'd like to jointly award you with your third Paul Harris Fellow.
Very nice.
So, as I said, I'm learning the job, and Cleve instructed me, as soon as I pin you, then you announce a 50-50. Here we go, that there was an interruption, so something to learn.
Oh, okay, I'll be right
So
there.
it's 50-50 now.
Okay, I'm coming.
All right. Blue tickets, I think it's $40. Blue tickets, last three numbers. 713.
Close.
Hey.
Buy one outfit.
Put it in the kids' car.
Diapers.
One thing of diapers.
All right, everybody, it's official.
Let me zoom in on this.
One final thing.
Who's helping me out with this?
It's the official.
No, it's Cleve too.
Back up a little, Cleve.
Ta-da!
So we present the new Rotary banner. That's it. Thank you.
And it's raining again.
Wait, do it again?
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day.